Hello, 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 and kisses to you, lovely people out there. Thank you so much for your love and your support. I thought I would do my crown today. Okay. I so appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to those that have sent me something through the mail. I do appreciate it. Thank you for those that have given me super stickers. I definitely appreciate it. And my lovely subscriber that sent all this candy that I am literally eating all by myself. Like I've already went through 2 bars. Y'all saw that yesterday. I didn't mean to do that. So I'm going to try to refrain from eating today. So I was going through my phone and I saw something about Meghan really quick. Basically showing that they open up a veteran facility. And it was just weird. It's just weird. It's weird. She's always weird to me. And anyway, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a clip of her and Harry walking in together, okay? And I'm going to show you how she stands in the front and her husband is in the back. And I'm going to also show you how she pushes and grabs him and tries to tell him which way to go and which way not to go, like the control. So let's get started. And then I have a special video to go over pretty much what people are thinking about her right now. There's a Esther Crocker them did like a update on what's going on with the two Montecito people over there. So, but before we get to all that, I do want to do a recap on yesterday. I do want to talk about the statement that Meghan has came out against the New York Times in UK, as well as her in-laws. That Meghan has came out to let us know that they did not get an invitation from King Charles to come to his birthday party. And I just find it very distasteful that she found it important to tell us, number one, because she don't care anything about the royals. She was never going, even if they had invited her. And she just wants to continue to trash them and to trash them after she said she would shut the hell up. But here we are talking about the victim. So, and what I thought that was very interesting in that whole we didn't get invited and the New York Times got it wrong. She had an attitude with New York Times. And if I were them, I would come back out swinging. I'm sure they will come back out saying something about her. But the thing is that she has to have someone to blame. So she blamed the Times. And then why not go ahead and trash the royal family and then make up a story saying that they didn't have a good trip in Kenya. And maybe that's why they're trying to bury the birthday story. No, Meghan and Harry are trying to bury their negativity that keeps flying out of Montecito. Because while she's taking pictures and trying to take the focus off of Samantha being in court today, and Samantha did get interviewed and so forth in hopes that justice would prevail. I found out from the Royal Grift, I believe that's where I was, or the Real Housewife recap, stated that we won't know what's going on if there's going to be a trial for a couple of weeks now. I think it's going to be sooner than that. I don't think it's going to take the judge that long to make a decision. But right now, we don't know if they're going to go ahead with the trial. I pray and hope that they do. Because she's not accountable. None of them celebrities is going to hold her accountable. No one is. Listen, the royal family isn't holding her accountable. They're just being quiet, which is the best way for them to be. Because the only thing that they would do if they opened up would just be small like her. And she's a small person. And so I hope Samantha gets her day in court because honestly, it just gives us more receipts about what she does. So I call foul on the statement that they came out with the other day. And if you would like to listen to the story, it's on my previous video. So moving on. I hope that was a good what happened. Hold on just a second, guys. All right, so you know, with Obi Scubby book and the new statement that Meghan and Harry put out lets me know that they are angry with the royal family. They're upset, they're mad, they are pissed off because they're winning. They are extremely upset because the royal family is over there winning. Their popularity is blown out the water. King Charles and Queen Camilla is over there kicking butt. Meghan and them are very jealous of them. When she made that statement saying that they were trying to cover up for Kenya, that's what they do. They try to cover up and mask what they do by putting out other stories. For example, like I was just talking about, Samantha was at court today and Meghan didn't show up and was supposed to be there. Her sister, the one that she keeps claiming but defaming, she was at court today for a defamation suit against Meghan Markle, but she didn't show up. So instead, she came out with this puff piece about how her and Harry are helping the veterans and how they've opened this facility. They didn't open the facility. This is what I'm getting, that they're just there as a prop. I don't see Meghan and Harry there as giving, that they give. Did they give $1 million to open the facility? Are they just there just for show? Let me know, guys. You guys are my eyes and ears out there. I tried to look it up to see what purpose did Meghan and Harry have at the ribbon cutting ceremony for the veteran moment. I believe that Meghan came up with that. Let's cut the ribbon and do like a ribbon ceremony like the royals do. No, you know what? When Meghan does these little skits, it just reminds us how what she gave up, and how bad she still wants to be in the royal family, but they don't want her because of her shenanigans. It's funny. No, but like I was saying, so as Samantha was in court, Meghan was trying to cover up by doing this ribbon cutting moment. I'm going to show you the ribbon cutting moment. Point in case, where she was trying to say that the royal family was trying to cover up the Kenya moment, the Kenya celebration when they went over there to Kenya, her and King Charles. Meghan was trying to say that that wasn't a great royal event. Yes, it was a very successful event, and no one was trying to do anything take away from that. Only you and Harry do that, Meghan. Only you and Harry try to outshine the real royals. And so you use this ribbon cutting moment, but about ribbon cutting moment to drown, and the concerts and whatever else she's doing, to try to drown out her sister's defamation case against her. Like it doesn't bother her. Like this doesn't mean anything to you. Even if she lose, win, or whatever happens in this case, the word is still on the street is that she defamed her sister, treated her like crap, and still she was harassed by the Sussex team due to Meghan's allegations on the Oprah show. So I'm rooting for Samantha, and hopefully the judge don't see past Meghan's fakeness and move on. Okay, let's get started because you know how my night can go. Now, baby. Okay, here we go. See if you guys can see that. Okay. This is Harry and Meghan. Okay. And they are at some type of award situation. Okay. Look how Meghan stands there in the front and I'm not going to rewind it. And I'm going to just not let him talk either. So anyway, I hope you saw it. My sister was like, show the video. So I hope that was a clip. Rewind it if you need to. Please do. But in that clip, you see Meghan walking out, okay? You also see her grabbing and holding on to Harry as he's talking to someone. And Meghan is trying to push him into position next to her, behind her. And so the gentleman continues to talk or whatever. And then eventually the lady cuts the ribbon. And it's a ceremony. It's a facility for veterans that are hurting. So apparently Meghan and Harry opened up a facility. Now, I don't believe that they have opened up a facility. I believe they are a part of it or whatever. But I don't feel like, oh, good job. Look what they're doing for the veterans. I didn't get that. I got what I told you at first. Meghan's using that for a PR moment like she does everything else. I don't see Kevin Costner cutting ribbons. I don't see Beyonce cutting ribbons. I don't see the Kardashians cutting ribbons. I don't see them doing something for charity and then waving at us talking about, we're over here doing charity work. Look at us. And so it's a little weird for them to be cutting ribbons and pretending like they're royalty over here and on a royal, it's just weird and kind of comical that Meghan is pretending to be a royal in the United States. And they let her. It's a weird moment for me. I don't really know what she had on. It was a plain black outfit. It wasn't bad. I thought she looked decent. I do like the ponytail going back. That was pretty sleek and I like that. But like I said, I just think it's a facade. Now, moving on. Because, I don't do Meghan sightings and she still ain't working. She's not doing nothing for us to talk about, okay? For some kind of reason, she got connected and they keep getting it wrong. This is not probably wrong because they're doing something for the veterans. I think it would get more steam if it was coming from someone else. I just don't think Meghan and Harry's popularity is popular enough for them to be doing these kind of events. And then they were introduced as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I want you to hear that part. I am going to fast forward it because he doesn't say that they have given anything or they've done anything. He just says that they have a special guest. And then Meghan walks out like she's still a royal, like she's a princess, as if she is not a D-lister. Walks out with Harry. He's the star. But once again, he's talking to the gentleman. The gentleman wants to talk to Harry. But Meghan doesn't want the man to talk to Harry. When you watch the video and watch it on your own, you will see for yourself how she's trying to pull and tug on him and pretty much interrupt their whole conversation. Instead of just letting the information be complete with him and the gentleman, she should have been standing right next to that one lady that was about to cut the ribbon. No, she's standing right to the man that's making the announcement, and her husband is standing in the back. To me, it's cringe-worthy watching her continue to make him put him in the back. It's not sexy. There's nothing sexy about that. It's sexy when she's in the back because it just looks better. If she's going to play like a royal, then she needs to act the full part. Anyway, I want to show you this one part about everywhere she goes, she uses the name Duchess of Sussex. But the very name that she used, she just got through trashing with a statement talking about how they are trying to destroy, how they didn't get an invitation. And they wanted the world to know. Your father was trying to check on you a couple of months ago.
He has subpoenaed President.
Your father was trying to get in contact with you a couple of months ago. You ain't got no statement about that. You ain't have nothing to say about that. But when the Queen was alive and telling Meghan to write a letter to her father, she was complaining how they had gave her advice and what to do and da-da-da-da-da, and they wouldn't do anything about it. Now she's doing it on her own. She doesn't have the royal family to blame and say, well, they didn't help me with my father, and then they told me to write to him, and then they leaked, and then they didn't do anything about it. Okay, your father's on TV asking about you. You can't blame the royals on that. Some kind of way it's going to be somebody else's fault. Just like it was the New York Times' fault for coming out with the story. And they know that they already know that Meghan and Harry had an open invitation. You're never going to get a seal deal, thank you meal kind of an invitation. You're not not going to get a coordination invitation. No, you don't have that status. You're under other now. So now you got to roll out with Harry and pretend that y'all are still relative. And I was reading the comments and some of that, and it was really bad comments about her. They were like, oh my God, would they please be quiet? Go somewhere. What is this? What are they cutting a ribbon for? What, it was, read it. Read it. If you want me to post it, I will. I want you.
And importantly, our veterans. We're joined today with special guests, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan. So thank you very much for joining us this evening. And so with that,
now I want to show you
of our Naval Special Warfare population.
Look at Harry in the back.
Our veterans.
Look at that.
We're joined today with special guests, the
look at that.
Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan. So thank you very much for joining us this evening.
He looked lost as a puppy. Don't she look funny in front of him? And why are they calling you the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Meghan? Why are you still using that name? Do anybody else find it weird that Meghan is using a name that don't belong to her? Does anybody else think it's weird that she sits up there and is allowing them to call her the Duchess of Sussex? It's cringe-worthy to me because that name that she's using, it came from a racist family. It came from a family that didn't invite her to a birthday party. It's coming from a family that she ran from and lied about and still trashing. It came from a family that she's about to write a book about, Obi Scobie, and tell some more things that she's not through telling. No. Stop calling yourself the Duchess of Sussex. I think it's disrespectful. Okay. I'm moving on from this. And I want to do a deep dive on something else. Here we go. Now, I notice that they do this every now and then. And when they do, I like to get in on it. And so this is a snippet of what people think and feel about what's been going on with Harry and Meghan. And I agree. Let's go.
And Meghan Markle have experienced a spectacular fall from grace in recent times. From A-list royalty to ridiculed and jobless, the couple are an example of what not to do in the pursuit of fame and fortune. Sky News All-Stars Esther Krakow, Angela Levin and Caroline DeRusso chronicle Meghan and Harry's humiliating fall from grace. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have become the laughingstock of the world. Everything they do, be it in business, family, or life, is scrutinized and ridiculed as a result of years of attention-seeking, lying, and tantrums by the couple.
Attention-seeking, lying by the couple. They've fallen from grace. That's what she said. She started off with, Meghan and Harry has fallen from grace. They have destroyed their own reputation and destroyed themselves. It's not us. Little old me cannot do that by having a conversation with you guys. They managed to destroy their own reputation, their own selves. They have fallen from grace. They don't have a job. They're running around here scraping for work. I say scraping because they're running around with these A-listers hoping that one of their friends will give them a job. Trying to be interesting. They're not. No one cares. They have fallen from grace. They have their own selves to blame. And they went on a trash fest, and they still are doing it. Meghan continues to trash the very family that allows her to use the name Duchess of Sussex. And as you use that name for your own popularity, for your own money gains, for your own selfish reasons, it looks bad in the eyes of others because we're looking and seeing like, are we really seeing this woman try to trash, destroy, just honestly kill a dynasty for her own personal use? As if one day we're going to wake up and be like, oh, you know what? She's not that bad. She's fallen from grace. And she continues to just push on as if she didn't know. As if, but she ain't here. But here's the kicker. The enablers, the celebrities, her corner, her group, the people. And I don't even think they're the cause. I don't even think, it's not even them, but there are enablers, in my opinion. In my opinion, we'll just be her friend. It sounds like to me, Samantha Markle is the only one that is trying to hold her accountable for her crap. Because like I said, the royal family has moved on. And Meghan won't shut up about them. And that's why her popularity sucks. But I guess she's okay with prancing around.
Sky News All-Star Esther Krakow says
in that picture, you guys, I just showed you with Meghan and her husband and the way she treats him, the way he is just a puppet. And she tries to do that. But people are there to see him, not her. Even if we do think that he's on the wrong track, they are still there to see him. Meghan has nothing that we are excited about. She's not a Beyonce. No one's running in behind her to find out what is so wonderful about Meghan that you want her autograph. Okay, just checking.
Meghan and Harry are such an easy target for satire because their life is so ridiculous.
I think it's because their life has been so ridiculous. Obviously, being members of the royal family, anything to do with them is obviously big news, but it's the kind of sensationalist way that they left the royal family and have been crying for privacy and have done everything against actually getting their privacy, signing multi-million dollar deals with the likes of Netflix and Spotify. And, it's the embodiment of being famous for nothing. They're kind of like the Kardashians of the royal family, and it's entertaining to watch. And there's so much material for satire when it...
No, I wouldn't even give them that much credit, Esther. They're not the Kardashians of the royal family. They're not even that popular. No, I can't put her in a group, guys. Where do you see her? Is she a D-lister? She's not totally... I know I say sometimes I'll be like, not nobody care, who cares, she's a nobody or whatever. She's a nobody in a sense that she has nothing to offer us but trash, blame, and nastiness. That's what I mean by that. And there is her popularity, you've seen it. It's there, she's on the chart. She's at the end of the charts. And so, I forgot what I was saying. Let's move on. To me, it wasn't important. Wasn't that important. Let's move on. Let's see what else Esther's saying. It could have been a candy.
Meghan and Harry were hilariously roasted by South Park a few months ago, and now another iconic show has mocked the Sussexes, with Family Guy ridiculing.
There is so much going on with these two. You have to keep up. Sometimes I'm on my channel and I'm like, wow, you got to go on to the next thing. We were just talking about Family Guy last week on how they were treating Meghan. I just showed you a video. Okay, I'm gonna let Family Guy do it.
Fueling their frivolous lifestyle.
That's fine, I'll go it alone. Just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Sir, your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
Okay, so my question is, or my thought is, that veteran moment she was with the ribbon and Harry was standing there, the video I just showed you. In my brain, maybe it was one of those publicity things that, hey, we'll pay you, Harry and Meghan, if you show up. Because I didn't hear them say anything about them giving to this foundation or opening it up. You got to be careful with the headlines. Because next thing you know, Meghan and Harry have been and opened up this facility. Did they open the facility, or are they there just as guests? And according to what he said, the Duke and Duchess was there as a guest. And so, just like Family Guy said, keep putting the money over there in the corner. Which, there's nothing wrong with them going here and making money, because they need to do that. They do. But it's just like Family Guy said. They make money for doing nothing. Netflix was nothing, Spotify was nothing, and they gave them millions. And now they're doing this veteran moment where they open this facility up. They're not opening it up. They didn't give any money to it, and I could be wrong. I'm not apologizing for it. I just don't know. But I do know that they're not opening up the facility, because if they had, then Meghan would have had a bigger audience. In other words, she would have been cutting the ribbon and Harry would have been talking. No, neither one of them talked and neither one of them cut the ribbon, but they were front and center. Why? What was their purpose? For show? Let's give, because we saw Harry and Meghan. That moment was just like all the other moments. Kevin Costner, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, they on the stage, they do nothing, move along. At the this event, the mental health event, but Meghan was front and center on the mental health couch in New York City. She was not going to allow anybody, none of the mothers talked, none of those parents talked. We didn't hear anything from anyone. But when William and Catherine do their thing, they're hands-on, they're down there, they are with the people. And you understand the cause, because William and Catherine make it about them, not about themselves. And Meghan, every time they do something for charity or for whatever, they always make things about themselves. Why couldn't they sit in the audience? Why was she sitting up front looking like, yes, it's all about me again? It's just so amazing. No, I believe they missed in that royal life where they were shaking hands and, actually, working as royals. They missed that. So now they're pretending. That was a pretend moment you just saw. Moving on.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
Esther, they didn't miss, did they?
They definitely didn't. Family Guy is one of my favorite shows. I was a bit sad when Seth MacFarlane stopped writing for them a few years ago, but I think this is a very easy win to sort of make fun of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and they're right. They're famous for doing God knows what. I mean, their podcast with Spotify was cancelled, understandably so, apparently because of differing expectations. But I think it just drove home the fact that really they have very little to offer. So Prince Harry, as a member of the royal family, when he was, an active working member, was quite an interesting character. He had all these stories. The royal family actually humanized him. He was the fun-loving, ginger guy that everyone loved to be around. And since he's been married, he's been a complete bore, a complete misery, snooze fest even. And then Meghan Markle is just, a B-list actress known for one role. She's not exactly a biochemist or a doctor or anything
Here
really
we
of
go.
substance.
Thank you, Esther. Thank you. I was trying to say that she is not no scientist. She's not she's not doing something significant that makes us turn around and say, hey, you, what's up, girl? No, that's not it at all. She's not, like she said, this bioscientist, and she's not a person of substance. There, my baby.
She's just someone that plays pretend for a living, and somehow that's made the couple think that they have so much to offer. And I think they've really been humbled by the reality, and so has Netflix, because I don't suspect they've got their money's worth for that $100 million deal that they signed with the couple.
Sky News All-Star Angela Levin says Meghan Markle would be absolutely furious with the skit.
Social, right?
Meghan is pissed off at everybody. She's pissed off at King Charles. She's pissed off at everyone. Oh my God, this candy is so good. There's some gummy bears in there. I'm almost done, guys.
On the television, talking of radio, how to deal with it and all the advertising there. And he's.
No, Meghan is pissed because she's not looked at in the media as this princess darling. She's not the most popular person, this royal. She's not getting good press. And she's upset because she's not getting it. And she's mad because Kenya did go well. She's upset because she's not a part of the royal family anymore. But she made those bad decisions on her own. And Angela Levin is right. She's pissed off. And she's going to continue to be mad.
Important that he was there to teach people like farmers and people who lived out in the country who would have no idea how to deal with social planning or anything like that.
And after years of trying to carve out their place in Hollywood's A-list by trying their hand at podcasting, movies, producing, writing and influencing, and failing, Meghan and Harry's main goal...
Movies, influencing, and trying to do all this stuff. And they keep failing. The fail
is
of
to
it
now
all.
rub shoulders with the right people to appear wealthy and well-connected.
So that's interesting. I'm going to hang out with the who's to pretend that I'm some rich and famous person. Well, you are famous because of Harry, but it's interesting that they said that. Like, she wants to appear that she's this really rich person that has all these rich friends and they just love her. When Serena had first came on the scene, Meghan was running around trying to convince us that her and Serena have been friends for a very long time and they were best friends. Well, so I haven't heard from Serena. Didn't invite her to her baby shower. And I believe she had 2 of them.
Actually having to do anything, says commentator Louise Roberts.
Once the Queen had passed away, and certainly before King Charles was crowned as king, that's when the reset should have happened. Clearly it hasn't. I still hold out some hope that they will come to their senses and perhaps go back.
She said she thought the reset was going to happen, probably after, once, not because of that, but it should have reset, right there at the funeral and all that, getting together and trying to mend fences and getting things back to some type of normalness. No, they let her in. She walked, she did everything with the rest of the family. She even did a walkabout for the last time, probably with William and Catherine. Because no, they were going to do their own walkabout. I'm sure that was Meghan's idea. No. She said that it should have did like a reset. It was never going to be a reset. I forgot what I was going to say. But no, it wasn't. It could have. I forgot what I was going to say.
The UK and realise that family is what is important. It's not about sort of making these Hollywood pals who, as we know, seem to be tiring of them somewhat as well. I think with Harry and Meghan, it's important for them to feel they're seen as green, but what's more important is for them to appear to be wealthy and well connected. That's really their agenda.
I don't get that. And that's like the first time we've talked about this. Now, they have to appear. I've always tried to figure out what's with the Beyonce concert, what's with hanging around the who's and stuff like that. But I do get it. She's got to pretend like she's hanging with them since she wants to be a part of them. She got to look like they've let her in, that she knows all these people. It's interesting. But they're putting another spin on it. They're saying that she has to look like she has all this kind of money. I guess we're saying the same thing. She has to look like we're all, like she has to look like she knows these who's and that she's just as rich as they are. I don't know what their net worth is. You know, Spotify and Netflix was supposed to boost them into a new millennium. But I don't know about that. But I believe all that is true. That she's got to be hanging out with the who's. But it doesn't make me like her more. I'm just trying to think, if I didn't follow her and I was just like, oh, okay, I don't care for Meghan or whatever. And then she was hanging out with Gwyneth. Would I be like, yeah, but I don't care for her. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm having a chit chat with you guys. And thank you for some of you saying, have a chit chat with us. I didn't listen to this, so this is my first take on this. This is a summary of what they've been doing this year and the fail of it all. And so I do believe that. I believe that she just needs to be with the who's so she can be popular, so she can feel popular or be popular. But that's not how you be popular. And I don't understand what this agency is doing to think that that's how to do it. It blows my mind in these charity moments. I mean, here we go. I just got through doing a video on all the little charities, because the charity, she's up there in the front looking goofy, pushing on Harry. They're introducing her as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It's crazy. I know I've said that twice or 2-3 times, but that does blow my mind. Now, I get my degree and my doctorate. I would love to get it. Maybe one day. It's not over yet. And yes, I would want to be called doctor because I earned it. I stayed up late at night working hard and studying and passing and getting that dissertation and getting ready for what do they call that? Your paper, your thesis, your thing, the reasons. Yeah, I worked that hard for it. Yes, you're going to call me Dr. Reed. No, but she didn't do anything to be called the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Now I get why Piers Morgan was so like, why are they using the titles? Why do they get to keep the titles? Now I understand that. At first, I didn't care. At first, I was like, it doesn't matter if she keeps it or not. It's not going to change the inside. But what it does bother me when she uses it because of the way she acts. And someone said, do you think she will ever change? No. She ain't trying to. She's trying to slam this BS down our throats. The royal family is this horrible family. Racist. And they did this. They didn't invite me to the birthday party. Your father is over there on his deathbed, you idiot. Hello? Meghan, somebody call her up. Meghan, your daddy is on his deathbed. Did you not know that while you're trying to go to a birthday party that you wasn't invited to? that she wasn't going anyway?
News contributor.
No, how she look going over there after she didn't talked about them the way she did? She's scared. She don't want to be treated like she was treated when she was at the Queen's funeral. She know they looked at her up and down and said, "Why you going on TV lying about us?" And now she knows she's over here just lying through. No, she wants them to accept who she is and pretend that this is okay. She wants an apology from King Charles, which I think is disgusting. And I hate when Angela Lemon say it because I know it's true. And for them to even think or imagine that they would. They are the ones that need an apology from them. They are the ones that mess with their mental health. It was Meghan and Harry that triggered some stuff. It was them that did it to them. It was Meghan that was leaking stories and exposing things. It was Meghan that was talking trash about her sister-in-law and saying, and this was the kicker. Listen to this. She says, Waity Katie wasn't that bad compared to what happened to her. Comment on that, guys. Come on now. Think about it. How are you going to compare anything? You don't know me, but then you're going to use me on your show and talk about me and don't think that that hurt, that didn't cut. And you're talking about a birthday. Here's the kicker. If the royals were able to come out and talk up against this, wouldn't this be like back and forth? Wouldn't the royals, they're going to put out a statement. Meghan puts out a statement. That, all this stupid stuff. That's what she wants. And they won't give it to her. And so she does it by herself. And by striking the birthday party in Kenya. No, you are the one that you need them. You need these celebrities and you need these charity events. You need stories to cover up your stuff. It's funny. Okay, let me get done because it is late and everybody's sleeping.
Angela Mollard says Meghan and Harry's flailing relevance will be detrimental to their career goals.
Now, Angela, we've seen plenty of polls this year showing the Sussexes sliding in popularity, which is a bit of an issue given Louisa's last comment. But now there's a concern that it might actually impact their ability to pick up work.
Well, exactly. I mean, that is your status is everything.
We did this video, but I'm just going to, add to this is going to be difficult for them to find work. Meghan is not used to making 100 here and 100 there and 200,000 here. That ain't no money. She's need millions. If she's going to keep up with the lifestyle that she's living, she's going to need millions. I'm just saying. And these ladies are talking about it. They are saying, how is she going to get off the ground if her popularity is where it is? How is my channel going to get further and further up if I don't help my popularity get the word out and do the work? And even if I do, what if the people didn't like me? Then my channel would never go nowhere. I wouldn't even have the 2,000 and 3,000 that I have now.
Isn't it? And I've just been in the UK, Caroline, and I was absolutely astonished by how irrelevant they are seen. I caught up with a lot of journalism mates, people that don't work in that industry.
Meghan, did you know that you are irrelevant? That's what I meant about nobody. I didn't mean that she doesn't exist and she is not like, she's a person. Not that she is erased. I'm not meaning that kind of nobody. I'm meaning a nobody in the industry, in the where she is right now. She is a nobody. And so if she's a nobody, how is she going to be what she's trying to be? And let's bring it to this forefront. Guys, at the end of the day, what does Meghan want? My sister asked that question. Letitia, what does Meghan want? Because at some point you have to ask, What is it that she needs? What is it that she wants? What is it that they're hoping for? I said she wants she wants fame, her popularity. She wants money for nothing. And she wants us to call her the Duchess of Sussex and bow to her and treat her like a princess, a A-lister, a president, golden. Okay? That's what she wants by all means necessary. She herself doesn't know exactly what she needs or what she wants. She's tried everything. She's tried writing a book. She tried influencer, like they said. She tried her docuseries, her Netflix series, her Oprah show, the Elephant movie. I mean, you name it, she's tried it. She's had 5 or 6 years to come out with a talent or some branding for herself, and she has failed because she doesn't have that kind of talent that people are looking for. People have different tastes. And maybe the talent that she keeps throwing at us, no, she ruined it when she trashed the royal family. Because it wouldn't have mattered. If Meghan would have came over here and did what she said she was going to do, we wouldn't be talking. I would not have this channel. I would not. I would have just shut it down. She's over here making money, doing her thing, They have the relationship with the royals are good, everything is good. No. All hell is broken loose. Everything in Meghan's life is crumbled. There's nothing, you name it, there's nothing good at it. Her father, that ain't good. King Charles, that ain't good. Harry, that ain't good. Samantha, that ain't good. Name something. In her life, Oprah, Tyler Perry, all that's good. And everything that I name has a backstory. Has a tragedy at the end of it. Tyler Perry gave up his home for a con artist. Oprah trashed her reputation by letting her talk on her show. The Queen opened her door for this con person and called her racist. Her father, after he paid for school and took care of her from when she was a tutu, now she ain't got nothing to say to him, and he can't see the kids. And Samantha don't even exist. But she's wonderful. Oh, Meghan, she's this humanitarian. She's this influencer. She's so wonderful and has so much to offer us all. She'll never wear a crown again. Not from the Queen's vault. First of all, I wouldn't have gave up that moment. I would have said, Harry, now if I leave, what goes with it? The crowns too? I can't come over here and get her no robe no more. I said, I ain't going. She worked that hard to get into the kingdom and to treat it like a business deal. And treat her family like they ain't nothing because she doesn't love them. There's no attachment. She doesn't care. There's no love. There's no affection. So when she was crying at Queen Elizabeth's funeral, that was that fakery. And word on the street is, according to B. Dinah, is that Meghan made Queen Elizabeth's last days horrific and could be the reason why she was stressed her out to the point where it made her sick. She didn't make it easy. She's a bully. She's a con artist, and she's a traitor. She's a traitor. She's a bully. She's a blamer. She's a whiner. She's nasty. She's a con artist, and she thinks because of her title, she can just say and do whatever she wants to, and people will just believe it. 2-hour car chase in Manhattan. How about I didn't get an invitation to King Charles's birthday? We'll never know, will we? Because if you believe anything that's coming out of there, be careful. I don't believe anything that she says because everything is such a lie. Come on, I went, sorry, sometimes
And people just don't have any time for them whatsoever. And of course, we've seen that in America as well. These polls are not just British polls, they're American polls as well, which show a decline in popularity. Harry seems to maintain it.
Put it this way, if I was planning an event for my company, say that I was the event planner, because I've done that before, where you have celebrities or someone come in and you're part of the marketing team and you're getting someone to come in to speak on, to the, whatever. And Meghan and Harry's face was in there as an option. I would not choose them because I would be thinking about my people. I would be thinking about the company, the guests, who the audience is, who you're not going to be able to tell my company, tell my people, I'm the event planner. They're going to be speaking to some people that I want them to speak to. And I want them to instill in something into these people. And I'm going to pay them to do that. I'll give you guys, let's just say, for instance, it's $500,000. Boop, they're going to come in whatever. But this is just hypothetical. I would not want them to speak to anyone in my company. They have nothing to offer. That would be a big mistake on my behalf. And I think it's a mistake on a lot of others because you're condoning it. I'm okay with this person's background. No, I've checked your background and you're a con artist, you're a liar, you're an NDAer, you're a blamer. No. What could you tell my employees that would make them move to the next level?
Better than Meghan. Her polls keep going down. So I think there's a little bit of that kind of maybe targeting the woman as the villain in this. So, and I don't think that's entirely correct.
It is entirely correct. It is Meghan's fault. It is Meghan. It is not Harry. Harry doesn't make decisions. She makes all the decisions. She is the decision maker. Period. In the discussion. Who is always being dragged in the back?
But I think, where do you recover? If you're sitting at home and you're Meghan and you're very driven, you've worked really hard to get all those jobs as an actress. I mean, you are being auditioned to actually get roles. So you know how important it is to be forward focused, where has it all gone so wrong? The South Park for me was, and that sort of mockery of them was a low point because America was supposed to be their great champion. I just don't know why they couldn't have spoken to the Queen initially, and they could have been a royal diffusion line.
There she go with that stupid stuff because Meghan is not that person. Stop putting her in a category with regular people because she's not a regular person. She doesn't think of other people. She doesn't think of, sorry about the beer, guys. Spilled. She doesn't think about others. She doesn't care. She's not caring. And so you can't think of a person. She's not that person. So you're not going to get that. You're not going to get someone that's going to sit down with the Queen and compromise and say, okay, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do in that letter. No, I just lied to you so that I can marry your son and marry Harry, and so that I could swindle my way up into the kingdom so I could leave and start making a name for myself over here in the United States. I know it doesn't make sense, but it does. No, that's why I married him. And then going forward, he's going to do exactly what I tell him to do because this is my show. This is not anybody else's show. The royals have no control over here. That's what she's trying to tell them. I'm running this. No, you're not running anything. You're running your reputation into the ground. You're running yourself into the ground. These pop-up moments with these charity events are just so fake to me. They're not genuine. They're not real. And so I couldn't see myself. I don't know why people are hiring her to do things to bring publicity to them, because it just gives your thing a bad taste. Ozempia. Like all of a sudden everybody's taking Ozempia. I don't care what it is. I don't know what it is. Oh, I heard Oprah was taking it. She's trying to lose a pound or two, but pretending like she's working out. We know you on that stuff too.
In the States, they could have been doing royal work up in Canada and other parts of the Commonwealth, and they just shot themselves in the foot.
And the Daily Mirror's royal editor, Russell Myers, adds, Harry and Meghan must go back to the drawing board after their string of career failures.
Netflix paid $100 million for them to sort of bring in the big shows. But once you had the sort of mudslinging and the trashing of the royal family, what was left? And I think that Spotify executives saw the same thing, didn't they? They quickly got rid of Meghan when it wasn't working out. So maybe a bit more of a back to the drawing board for Harry and Meghan if they're to succeed in that sphere again.
Meghan and Harry are also a laughingstock because of their hypocrisy in relation to their environmental advocacy. The couple was spotted disembarking a private jet following a luxury island holiday, says Sky News commentator Kinsey Schofield.
But we have another case of Harry and Meghan being hypocrites. The Sussexes have been spotted disembarking a private jet after a luxury holiday in the Caribbean. Kinsey, for a pair of climate zealots who love lecturing the masses about global warming, this is not that he preaches.
That's right, Rita. Just to think about the last 6 weeks, Harry flew to London for Wellchild. Then the pair flew separately to Germany for the Invictus Games, then Portugal to see Princess Beatrice, then the Caribbean. Then we saw them exiting a private plane in Atlanta, Georgia. Harry was seen just this weekend alone by himself in Austin, Texas. You and I better watch our carbon footprint, but Harry and Meghan are the exception because
Meghan has made it very clear that she is that important where she needs to be on jets, private planes, private security, everything. Meghan has made it very clear that she is extremely important and she is royalty and that she needs that type of security. She needs the president's security. She needs a 7-car convoy. She needs a private jet. She needs a house that's off somewhere where nobody knows where they are and it's just off the earth. Like, that's the, hello? Yeah, it does. She doesn't count. She's telling us that, what we need to do. And I don't know who she's telling that to because, okay, here we go.
one is the child of a king
almost finished.
and the other is a deal or no deal girl.
And Harry and Meghan's environmental hypocrisy was on show again following a charity event where they had an escort of 7 gas-guzzling
there it
SUVs,
is.
says royal biographer Angela Levin.
They got 7 SUV cars. No police with it, but 7 cars that
For
went
2 people. 7 cars for 2 people to go around the block. I kid you not. It is insane. But here's the kicker. No one was out there. William, I will never forget it. William had people lined up everywhere. The king, the Prince of Wales is coming. Meghan, Harry come to town. They knew they were coming. Nobody, none. I didn't see anyone on the street. I swear I didn't. Like, there was no footage. And if I'm wrong, tell me, because I didn't see it. She had no one out there. Or am I wrong? Let me know, guys.
One very, very small block. So you could have run it in a couple of minutes. But they did that just to create some sort of, wow, here comes somebody.
Yeah, here comes the president. Here I come. Here I come all the time. Just like this event tonight I just showed you on my video. Walking up in the front row, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. What did they do? The clip was for 2 minutes. It was literally for 2 minutes. Him talking, the gentleman talking, and then Harry was talking to him. Meghan interrupts, push him to tell him to get in his spot. You'll see it.
Russo says this hypocrisy creates a cycle of 2 steps forward and 1 step back for the Sussexes.
I said that the other day. They can't get it. They cannot get it. They can't get it. It's no help. It will never get better.
More to the point is that the Sussexes appear to be in this perennial phase of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, lecturing the great unwashed about climate change, and then swanning around the planet on private jets. Well, it really grinds people's gears.
And after all of these missteps, Sky News royal commentator Angela Mollard questions who is advising Meghan and Harry.
Just don't understand
Here it
their
is.
reasoning, and I don't know why they're not being, as you said, Caroline, better advised on these things. They just almost seem like 20-year-olds playing in a sandpit and getting it horribly wrong.
Yes. 20-year-olds, teenagers, not understanding anything about life and not understanding it and just doing whatever they want to do. Not understanding it. But it doesn't help them. Doesn't help their reputation. Doesn't help where they're trying to go. And we already know where she's trying to go. She's trying to get her popularity. She's trying to get her brand. She needs to go somewhere, shut up and sit down and go to Canada like Candace told her to for a moment. Shh. You got to be quiet for a moment. Because she keeps talking, and every time she opens her mouth, it's not good. And now Obi Scobie's coming with some stuff. I'm excited about it in a sense, because Meghan won't shut up. But what I don't think that's going to happen, I don't know. It just depends, because Meghan's over there talking to her celebrity friends. And I bet you they are sick of her talking about the royal family. They are probably just like, listen, stop talking about them. Stop obsessing over them. Stop looking at them. Stop reading the papers. Because Tyler Perry told her on the docuseries, he says, listen, you can't read that stuff. You can't look at the tabloids. You can't read about yourself. You're going to get frustrated and pissed off. So don't do it. What does she do? She reads about herself, then puts out a statement. She read that she snobbed the king to go into his birthday party. You're not going. There's an open invitation and she's not going. So what is, I know I was saying something, I went too deep. Oh, okay, listen, I gotta go. I know my family is killing me.
Caroline DeRusso says there may be hope
There's
for the
no
Sussex.
team. There's no team. Meghan's not listening to anyone. Oh my God, like WME, this should have been the first thing that you did. Get her an assistant. Get someone, not even an assistant, get a manager to manage her. Manage her. Because if you don't get someone to manage her, then she does it on her own, and this is what happens. I do believe, I think they're in a dark place, Harry and Meghan. I don't think they're in this great space. And as much as she wants to smile and pretend that she's loving life as a celebrity, I can't imagine it being like that. Because I think it would be hard for me, I know it would be hard for me to focus on a lot of things if I'm having strife with my family and I haven't talked to my father. Like, I wouldn't be able to function. Like, it would bother me. I would be sad. I'll be talking to my husband about it all the time. And I'm sure Harry is ready to go home and see his family. But what gets me with Harry is I don't think that he realized the damage that he has done. I think he almost thinks that they need to get over it, because that's going to be next. He's going to tell them they just need to get over it. So I guess it's just okay for his wife just to wreak havoc on everything that he loved. That's what he tells us. That's the story Harry tells us. It's okay that my wife just treats everybody else the way she wants to treat them, and I'm okay with that. Some of my subscribers called Meghan's abuse on her father and Camilla and Queen Elizabeth and Philip elderly abuse. Elderly abuse. The way she treats them, the way she treated them, the way she just didn't care. The Oprah interview just came out while he was in the hospital. Philip was sick in the hospital. Queen Elizabeth's husband was in the hospital at the same time Meghan and Oprah thought that it was a good time for them to show the racism. And shortly after, he passes away. But it's all about Meghan.
Yet. The second half of this year has seen more advocacy and less tantrums for the couple, which may be part of their much needed reset.
In the latter half of this year, we have definitely seen more advocacy and less bile, which can only be a good thing. Let's hope it's part of this much anticipated reset. But even so,
Oh, she's gone. Okay, listen, guys. Have a wonderful night. I hope you enjoyed the video. Kisses to all of you. Thank you. I am working on my nails. I promise. She just had a child. I haven't went to see him. And I'll see him when I go see her, He's so adorable, and she sent me pictures all the time. He's so cute. But I may have to just go see him and go get my nails done somewhere else because I can't do it. I can't. I can't. Kisses to all of you. I miss giving you my kisses with my fingers and all that other, my hands. But I do love you guys. Don't forget to support. I'm at 291. I can't move. I cannot move. Kisses. Have a great night.